Y'all, unknown number, the High School Catfish. It's time to get into it. If you're on my TikTok, you've seen my initial thoughts. Sue Horton, here's a Whoville ass lady. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough of this documentary that aired on Netflix. But y'all, we have a lot to talk about. Let's get right on into it.
Get it, don't be timid when you in it, apply that. Love up on it, give along, leave it. I don't want no trip, baby, spray like it.
My name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, and I am here to put you on, okay? So initially coming into this, I really didn't know what to expect, right? And as I'm watching it, I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I'm over here in the Lifetime streets. I go over there. I watch a lot over there. And I had seen a movie called Mommy Meanest, right? And I said, surely not, because as we're sitting here watching this documentary, all of the parties are there giving an account of Lauryn, who has been basically bullied, via this unknown number for over 15 months. And surely no one would have the audacity to be in this interview space who'd actually had something to do with it, right? I was absolutely wrong. Couldn't have been more wrong. You guys, this is a decent watch in terms of a documentary, clear, concise, an hour and a half. You are in and out, and it's compelling, and you're guessing. Ultimate surprise at the end, but it's terrible. It's terrible in that a mother could do this to her child. But y'all, we are going to get into it. So basically, the premise of Unknown Number, the High School Catfish, we meet very early on Lauryn Licari, who's a 13-year-old girl who has this boyfriend, Owen, right? And it's just the typical run-of-the-mill, they're both little athletes, teeny bopper, little boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. They love hanging out. The families loved hanging out together. It was just vibes. And then all of a sudden one day, little Lauryn starts getting text messages, right? And these text messages go anywhere from damn, you're the ugliest little thing I've ever seen in my whole life, to you need to unalive yourself, to you're not putting out with Owen, so Owen's gonna leave you because you can't make him do this. When I tell you the level of depravity and just disgust in these text messages is insane. And even the wording is crazy in these text messages. So in Beale City, Michigan is where this takes place. It was directed by Skye Borgman and released on August 29th. And right now it's in Netflix's #1 spot, okay? And so again, they began dating in high school, Owen and Lauryn. And again, they're just the golden company. Their families vacation together. They hang out together. They do all of the things. And Kendra, who is Lauryn's mama, takes an extra special interest, right? She dotes on Owen. She dotes on her daughter. She's a soccer coach. She's super involved in every aspect of her daughter's life and the kids around them, right? So again, the harassment begins October 2020, and we get the first anonymous text. September 2021, the harassment resumes and escalates. I'm talking up to 40 to 50 text messages every single day. And this person knows things that no one would know unless they went to school with you, unless they were a part of your family. The spaces and places that are referenced in the text messages, the intimate knowledge about certain things would only be somebody who knows, right? And so in the beginning, we get to this thing where all these people are being involved and affected. Not only is Owen's mental health suffering, but Lauryn is just like a basket case. Like, what are we going to do? Who could it be? And so now we kind of have a list of suspects, right? We got to get the people involved at school. We didn't ask the principal to take all the kids' phones so we can go through and see what's going on. Is it Chloe, the high school bully? Is it another young lady who's been bullied? Who could it be? right? And we're going through all these options, and they do a really good job of giving us red herrings throughout this entire documentary, because at one point I was like, did Chloe do it? And so harassment spreads to friends. Some are framed, namely Chloe, right, as the person who is actually doing all this, and it turns out not to be her. And then parents, coaches, even casual acquaintances were drawn into the drama. And again, this is a small town. Everybody knows everybody. And immediately some people are like, I know it's an adult, and I feel like it's Kendra, and even make their, statements to the police. The police finally get involved, and they act like they can't do anything because they don't have the tech, allegedly. Eventually, we have to get the FBI involved to pull an IP address. That's insanity to me. I thought every local police department had somebody who could pull an IP address. And we find out that they were all coming back to a Verizon number, and the owner of this number was no other than Kendra, Lauren's mama. The way they handled this lady with kid gloves, the delicacy by which the police came to even do the raid in the house was insanity. Mind you, they go in there, confront Kendra, and you just don't understand. You just don't understand. Kendra, we know it was you, sis. Why did you do this? You don't understand. I need to talk to my daughter. Hugging Lauryn as the police are telling what's happening. And Lauryn has a very flat affect. And I will say this. A lot of the people that are in the TikTok, Instagram streets really are finding and taking issue with Lauryn because of her reaction. And what I will never do is put this on this baby that she did this, that she knew about it, that she had any foreknowledge of it. I think this would be shock, right? I think that Kendra has created a situation in her daughter's life where she is the primary point of contact. She's the primary caregiver, the one who dotes on her, who loves on her, who does all of those things. In the moment when she finds out the truth, I honestly think Lauryn was in shock. So I won't put this on her that she knew or that she had done it like some of the other people are speculating. I think this was all Kendra. And I think this was Kendra because of a couple things. Yes, I think she wanted that little boy, right? I think that was a big part of it. But outside of that, I also think this boils down to flat out mental health issues. I think she is a classic narcissist from what I understand of a narcissist, because you'd have to be to get on here and do an interview and act and shed real tears in the beginning of this as if you had nothing to do with it. So now when confronted with everything, it's not even an immediate arrest. The police are like, okay, we need all your electronic devices. Yeah, you got them. That's it. This one phone and this. The husband comes home from work to find out that not only is she behind all the text messages, but Kendra ain't had a job. Kendra ain't had a job that she's been going to for this past year, or making everybody else believe she's been going to for the past year. She's a liar, a manipulator, and I want to know how she got fired from the job. It makes me think you was sending the text messages on the job. So she says that initially she had nothing to do with this. She, had nothing to do with the text messages. She got involved because she wanted to protect her daughter, because when she was 17, she was violated, and she doesn't want the same outcome for Lauryn. Mind you, the same mother who told her child, why don't you just off yourself? Owen's never going to want you. Also, consider this, the fact that Owen and Lauryn break up. The text messages continue. They continue to Owen's new girlfriend. Owen mama said, I think she had an unhealthy affection for my son. She wanted my son. Anything you need, Owen? She's cutting up his food for him. Kendra is a lunatic and a predator, in my opinion. Ultimately, like I said, she's held very delicately. Even during the raid, it's like, are you okay? Like, it couldn't have been anybody else. It couldn't have been anybody else. I'm just going to say that. And so they're going through all of the things, and ultimately she is on trial for this. And it's... Everybody who knew Kendra says that she was attention seeking. She was the life of the party. She wanted all eyes on her. And that the fact that Lauryn was this star athlete, that she was popular, it kind of grinded her gears. And she wanted that top spot. Not only did she want Owen, but she wanted to be in the spotlight. In 2023, Kendra pled guilty to 2 counts of stalking a minor. She was sentenced to 19 months or 5 years and was released or for parole on August 8th of 2024 under supervision until 2026, barred from contact with Lauryn, allegedly. But Lauryn, who's recently graduated, I believe she graduated this year, and plans to study criminology in college, has said she wants a relationship with her mom. We find out that the town really continued to exile Lauryn even after all of this because they believe, I think, that she's complicit. Or it could be the fact that she still wants a relationship with her mom. I think it'll take Lauryn some years, I think, to get to the fact where she truly understands what happened. I think now this is a child who's been conditioned to love their mother. And I know for a fact, people will love even a terrible mother under, different circumstances. Again, it wasn't enough time. I do think as far as the charges, what they were concerned, I think they went after what they felt like they could get a conviction for as the DA. Because I think if they would have gone into any other charges, it would have put things in limbo. But I definitely think there should have been something about the communication with a minor, about the explicit nature of the text messages. I don't have a law degree, so I don't know what the realm was for that, but it seemed to me that it should have been addressed in some capacity. Again, this is probably one of the most horrifying things. The fact that a mother could do this to her child, period. I don't care for whatever gain, not gain, whatever. The fact that you could put your child and other children through this amount of mental torment and trauma behooves me. The fact that she sat there like a Whoville reject the entire time, feigning tears, was beyond me. The people that really knew Kendra knew that she was capable of something like this, but it's still hard to watch. You guys drop it in the comments. Let me know if you checked it out. Let me know your thoughts. We will be live to have a discussion and really dive in and get all in it. So make sure that you are subscribed, have your notification bell hit so you don't miss a thing. And I will see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.